Yeah.
I'm always really self-conscious that I'll look like absolute shit on any camera at any given time.
Same, man. But let's do it anyway. Welcome back to Div Laugh, bro. Let's look horrific on camera.
We've got a new and improved setup.
Yeah, we've got a light.
We've got one thing. And if you can see the state of the light, let's go into that.
My name is Gavins, and I support the reigning League Cup champions.
He started already. My name is Jack Fox, and I unfortunately support Manchester United.
There's only one place to start.
Can I just say, there's only one place to start for you. I'm trying to prolong this so much as I can. Is giving your football team name. Here's one thing, right? We'll come back to the cup fight.
Okay.
Right.
We'll tease it.
Yeah, but the first episode was like a pilot, right? Almost.
Yeah, this is episode 1, really.
Right. Okay. I like that. So my raging ADHD or undiagnosed autism likes structure.
Right.
So I think if we ever get to the point where we'll sure have guests on, instead of those guests giving their pronouns, we're going to give the football team that they support.
Yeah.
Like football team is pronouns.
Yeah.
Currency in this world.
I love it. That's a fucking.
I've also got some more segments to throw in later.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about it. I've been like I say, I don't really have anything for this one.
Okay, sure.
But I had the thought today. I was like, we should do some segments, and then that was it. That was
I got a couple. Okay. But we'll go on then. I'll give you your fucking moment.
Yeah.
In shining glory with the new light.
Yeah, man. It is shining. It's shining glory.
Okay.
Mate, best day of my life, hands down. Hands fucking down. You've got no idea.
Hans Gruber. I've got some idea what it's like for my team to win a trophy.
Yeah, but you've got no idea.
I will when United win the league next season. After a 10-year wait.
Amaran's process.
Yeah.
Complete. Nah, man. Like I'll try not to spend too much time on it because I know that not everybody wants to hear this, but like it was the best day of my life. It was unbelievable. We were fucking class.
Yeah.
We were unbelievable. We deserved it so much. And I just want to quickly talk about Eddie Howe for a second because tactically, to do what he did there in a final, basically play a way that he's kind of never played before with Livramento on the left. Right. Kind of bombing on and leaving Salah essentially for Dan Burn and Joe Linton to sweep.
Listen to that sentence you've just said.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Eddie Howe is the man. That final to do that in a final is like Jose Mourinho shit. Peak Jose Mourinho would do that. He'd turn up to a final and he'd tactically just suffocate the other manager and the other team. And that's what we did, man. And I couldn't believe it. Is literally the best team, probably the best team in the world this year. You could argue Real Madrid, but they're top 5 teams in the world, Liverpool, right? Sure. And other than Trent, they had everybody they could want on the pitch. And towards the end, they literally had everybody that you could want. Van Dijk was playing up front. Gravenberg was playing quarterback. They didn't have a centre half.
I do love it when
strikers on the pitch.
There's 5 minutes left and they just lump the big centre back up forward. I do love the football team.
But I actually respect Slot for doing that as well because it showed that he desperately wanted to. This is the thing. People are saying Liverpool, we wanted it more than Liverpool. Blah blah blah. That's probably true, but make no mistake that Made no mistake that we stopped them. We completely nullified them, and they against another team on another day, they probably would have won the game just because they weren't up against what we put against them. Man, it was unbelievable.
I really hate to give Newcastle props. But I'm not going to give you props for winning the trophy at all, right? Because it is what it is. But Isak's celebration.
Oh, mate, wait, hold on. You can't. It's my lock screen on my phone. Oh. It's literally my lock screen on my phone. Because for the first few days after it, you kind of forget it happened. Oh, hello.
Just in case you forget what you're listening to.
Yeah, that's another improvement on the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Even if it goes off every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
but yeah, man, like, because in the media aftermath, you kind of forget that it happened. Like, it was all a kind of dream. It was just a like,
What, like after the game?
yeah. Like in the days following it, and even still now, like, I still don't think it's truly sunk in that like we've actually won a trophy. And it was evident at the end of the game because nobody really knew what to do. Like coming out of the stadium after the trophy had been paraded, like it was like there was singing and stuff, but it wasn't just cataclysmic. Like it wasn't mad outside the stadium because everybody just didn't know what to do. And I think everybody was stunned into silence. Like it was eventually, like, I think everybody just dispersed into pockets of London. I mean, I was in Farringdon. I knew people who went back up to sort of Covent Garden way. I knew people that went out to like Wimbledon. Like we were just all over. I think everybody just sort of dispersed and just had like their parties in pubs like across London. It was unbelievable. But it's the lock screen because it meant that like for the few days after and still now, like if I'm like in the middle of something and then I go reach for my phone, and then that's the fucking image I see, I'm just like, holy fuck, like we did it. We actually fucking did it. And yeah, the celebration was mad. Isak's the man. Dan Burns the man. Joe Linton. I'm honestly gonna get a tattoo of Joe Linton. It's the only thing I can do to like repay him for that performance.
Repay him,
mate. He was colossal. Like I've never, because I watched it back when I got home on Tuesday. I watched the whole thing back on ITV. And like, because literally during the game, like it's so hard to kind of take in any kind of,
especially when you're there, when you're at a game,
because
you're just so overwhelmed.
Especially when it's like when it's the final stuff, because all I'm doing is watching the ball, hoping it goes in the direction I want it to go in rather than the direction I don't. And like, so everything else is kind of irrelevant as long as the ball is going in the right direction. And so hyper focused on that you don't really, obviously you see moments and stuff and like you have some idea of what's going on. I'm not just a fucking idiot, but like to watch it all back and like actually see how every member of that team like just played their role so well, absolutely smashed it. Just, like I say, nullified Liverpool completely. And then like it was class. It was class. We're the best team in the fucking world. Newcastle United, Champions League next year. We're winning it. We're winning the fucking lot. Quads on. I'm telling you now. Mate, the finals next year, the European finals next year. Conference League is Leipzig, which would be great.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
The final is in Leipzig next year.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. I think then Leipzig are going to win it. I was like, sure they'll be in the Champions League.
Nah, I think the final's in Leipzig. The final of the Europa League is in Istanbul. And the final of the Champions League is in Budapest, which is the same city we won our last European trophy in.
Oh, give our.
So, come on.
What does this mean, though, going for? What does this qualify you for the Conference League?
Yeah, we're in the Conference League now. But we can still qualify for Champions League and Europe.
Right, yeah, sure.
And if we do, it knocks that's why like 11th can still get Conference League this year because of us. If we win,
you hear that, Ruben Amorim?
Exactly.
You hear that, eh?
Exactly. What's the betting that like, because obviously last year, you know, we finally finished above yous, I think, for the first time in fucking ever pretty much. And then obviously you get Europe, we don't because you win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So like, I just know for a fact that like even in our success, we'll fucking hand you a Conference League.
Well, no, because we're going to win the Europa League and then we'll get Champions League. So.
You're not going to win the Europa League, mate. Spurs have got that wrapped up.
That's
Big Ange.
That is legitimately my biggest fear for the season is that we'll get them in the final and they'll
do what?
Yeah.
Jed Spence will have the game of his fucking life.
Yeah. Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro will wrap up. I mean, you've got no place to wrap up anywhere.
Well,
go on, say congratulations again.
No, but fair enough. I'm not even happy for you.
Yeah, really mate, I don't care. I'm really happy for me, you know what I mean?
Well, I think the thing that annoys us the most is all the other football fans are happy for Newcastle fans because nobody likes Liverpool.
I tell you what, I'll say one thing about Liverpool fans. They've been amazing. Like, I've not seen a single one try and blame anything. I've not seen a single one be like, oh, they beat us because of this or that. And there's a couple of contentious decisions in the game. there's the Trippier handball. I think Trippier should have been booked in the first half at least once, watching it back. But, not, like, all I've heard from Liverpool fans is, yous deserved it, yous outplayed us, like, and if there's any team we would lose to in a final, we'd want it to be you. Essentially, is what most.
What are you talking about?
It's true though, because like you can't deny it, man. The scenes, footy fans love scenes regardless. That's why everyone loves that Aguero goal, but hates Man City. You can't hate that Aguero.
Yeah, but it
goal.
wasn't scenes, was it? I know what you're saying, but there's moments. It's the cliche thing. There's moments in football that you couldn't write the script, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think so.
Big fucking Dan Burn.
All right, if that was at the 89th minute, he did that, or like, I know, you'd still be fucking.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of getting a Joe Linton tattoo.
Are you really
leave your comments on what I should get. Yeah, because I don't want it to be a shit one. That's the thing. But I know it.
News for you: any Joe Linton tattoo.
I might just get number 7 on my back, just tattooed on my back.
To be fair, I haven't seen a transformation like Joe Linton's since
Bruce Jenner.
That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't fucking think of the fucking thing. To be bought, how much was he bought for? 40 million. Centre forward. The worst.
One of the worst players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is why I want to get a tattoo of him though, because like it's he could have easily quit. He could have easily put his tail between his legs and gone back to Germany or back to Brazil or whatever. And like he still loves the club despite the fact he had almost a year and a half of everyone associated with the football club saying he was terrible and that he just doesn't fit, and like saying all sorts of worse things as well. And like he still like just fucking just comes out with a performance like that in a final, wins us our first trophy in 56 years. Nuts. So
are you going to the open top bus parade?
I am. It's the same day as 90's album launch, so I'll shout that out real quick. 90 Bro or
09
album launch happening March 29th. I think that's Saturday, isn't it?
Sure,
at the club in North Shields Catholic Club. Fucking, it's going to be class. I'm going to be there. There's loads of people going to be there. Too Common, I think's performing. Amber Desi's performing.
Missing all that good.
Bare people performing. Don't go to his gig. Come to that one instead. But it's on the same day as the bus parade, which I am also going to be going to.
Is it a bus parade or is it just like
they've just announced today that it is going to be a bus parade? It was originally just going to be a party in on the town moor, which everyone immediately went, that's kind of shit, because it's like, loads of like businesses and stuff were like really looking forward to like being on the route or like
right, yeah.
So that if you put everything on the town moor, it just means that like less people get to see it and get involved in it essentially. So I'm glad they've made the decision to actually do a bus tour followed by this thing at the town moor. I do have a ticket for it because apparently everyone who's registered their interest is getting a ticket, but I don't know.
So is it going to go through Newcastle?
Yeah, well, I think so. They haven't announced the route yet, but they've also announced a special guest before the like team come out with the trophy and that. Sam Fender doesn't have any dates that day.
There you go. I mean, want to be in it?
Yeah, it's not going to be anybody else, is it? I mean,
it'll be Jimmy Nail.
I was about to say, even if Jimmy Nail comes out, I'm still going to believe that it's actually
he's going to be there
until the following day if he hasn't performed.
It's going to be Sam Fender, Antec, or Shearer. It's going to be
or DJ Shaq. Might be Shaq. Might be DJ Shaq. Shout out.
Yeah,
but I am going. It'll be class. Although you're not allowed to drink on the town moor, apparently. That's what they've said.
Oh, that'll stop them.
Yeah, well, I saw someone on TikTok burying a crate of Stella on the town moor.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's still open for another few days, lads, before they shut it off. Get the fucking cans in. Right, I'll stop talking about the footy now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, let's keep it tangentially related to football in general. So I had this idea. So I also have a podcast called Tired and Inspired. And I was reluctant to do this bit on this podcast because I've been doing this What?
Because it might get cancelled, and that one's worth.
No.
This one isn't worth losing.
No, it's nothing about, it's nothing bad. It's because I also have a Patreon, Time Inspired Patreon, where I have some people on there, and I do this on Patreon. So I don't want people to pay for it and then to bring it over here.
Right. Okay.
But I did this the other night for the last Patreon episode, and I said it's the last time I'm going to do this particular segment. I'm going to bring it over because this is more. It's more. Yeah, okay. So there's a series I found on TikTok by this guy who does niche specific things that he likes in football.
Right.
So I obviously took that and ran with it, and now I do niche specific things that I hate in football, which I've started calling woke things in football. It's not nothing to do with woke things in football, really.
Love this already.
It's not things that are so. It's not like VAR. Like okay, right, that's too obvious. Or like you know how the players have the new holes
in socks. That's literally
All right,
the next one I was going to say.
It's really niche things.
Yeah.
Such as this might be my favorite one. When a player scores a goal or a big goal, goes to celebrate, and other members of his team stop him from celebrating.
Yeah,
he's trying to get away, and he goes, "Just let the man." Yeah, that really annoys me.
Yeah, that annoys me too. Although it does lead to some iconic celebrations where the will of the player celebrating just outweighs. Like, True. You know, when people are trying to hold him back, like, you know, when Ketspire just went nuts. Everyone was trying to pull him away, and he was just like,
that was a good one. Yeah,
fighting them off essentially.
See, this is good because I only think of Man United related ones, like when Dimitar Berbatov scored the overhead kick against Liverpool, first United player to score a hat trick against Liverpool for 40 years, I think it was. Overhead kick in front of the Stretford end, unbelievable. And he gets up to celebrate, and Rooney and Giggs are just pulling him back and say, "Let the man celebrate." Yeah, but then also, a season or two later, Nani scored a 30-yard screamer against Tottenham. Went to do his backflip, and Scholes was trying to grab him. Get off his.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. If you're doing a backflip, you don't hold someone back while they're trying to do a backflip.
Well, that's what I mean. Let the man celebrate. And then,
yeah, man. I dislike, you know, when teams post their squad on Twitter.
Oh, I know where you go with this.
When it's an external link rather than a picture.
Oh yeah, okay. I think go with that.
Why the fuck is? Why
I also don't like when they put it in number order, put it in formation order.
Yeah,
put it in formation order. You know.
Yeah, that is woke. Putting it in number order. That's so woke.
I mean, who's that for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another one. This is one that's straight to the point.
It'd be like Alisson, Salah.
What are you doing, man? Salah's not playing right back. Exactly. You know what I mean? When a player gets red carded. Don't run off the pitch. You've got to slowly walk off the pitch.
Yeah.
I will accept
cursing the referee.
Yeah, cursing the referee. Or I will accept also your teammates coming over and putting your hand on your back and then doing some mouth movements that maybe is in your native language. Language. Native language is an episode title. I will also accept doing this as well as you walk off the pitch.
Yeah, you got to do that.
But I'm not having just running. I remember when Nicky Butt once got sent off in the Champions League for United and the halfway line and ran from the halfway line to the tunnel. And even as a kid, I was like, that just feels wrong.
Yeah. Like you're celebrating.
Yeah, and Paul Scholes is trying to drag him
back. I'm trying to think what else. There's loads of stuff I see that.
Mate, a set piece coach.
Mate, they can fuck off.
Just give it to Dan Burnett at the back post. You know what I mean?
He's exactly mate, who needs a set piece coach? Just get a 6'7" lad from Blythe on corners.
He has a really specific one that I've only really noticed in the last season or two, mostly from Bruno Fernandes. Right, when he scores a goal and celebrates, right, he does his celebration when he slides on his knees and he does it for his daughter or gay, whatever.
It's for his daughter.
His daughter does.
I was just because he had so many haters that every time he scores, he's just like,
that's not bad, but it's for his daughter. But when he does the old fist bump in front of the crowd, he throws from the elbow. So he gives it a short. Give it get in. He gives it a short.
Yeah.
Hi, when you just scored in the 80th minute in the Europa, and they said Champions League, they're long gone are the days. You know what I mean? Throw from the.
Yeah, man, throw from the shoulder. Come on.
That's a really specific one. That maybe is just for me.
No, I get it, man. Did you see? This is not it's very related. Did you see the spat that Saint-Maximin and Mourinho are having at the minute?
I've seen it mentioned, but I didn't see the actual.
So apparently, because he plays for Fenerbahce now. He's on loan at Fenerbahce.
Is he? Sorry.
Yeah. Is it Fenerbahce that Mourinho manages, or is it Galatasaray?
No, it's
Fenerbahce. Yeah. So Sam Maximan's on loan at Fenerbahce from Saudi. And he's not playing at the minute. And basically he put up this post on Instagram, which was like, when the truth takes the stairs, it takes a while for it to catch the lie in the elevator, or some words along those lines.
Follows the troller.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and Mourinho was like, he said something like, I didn't realize he was a poet. And he's like, when maybe the truth is like too overweight to climb the stairs or something like that. He made like a dig, because that's why he's not been playing apparently, because he's not fit.
Right.
But I don't think he was ever fit for Newcastle. I don't think, like, he seemed to never train when he was at Newcastle. He seemed to always be like back home with his family. Like, and I mean, like in France.
Where's he? Is he from France?
Yeah. Not just like in his house in Jesmond. Like, he seemed to be like,
right,
he seemed to be like globe trotting between matches, and then he would play on the Saturday, be mint.
Was he good? Was he?
Oh, mate, you know what, right? He's one of them where, I mean, he was in a terrible, terrible team. Right. I want to preface all of this by saying that he was in one of the worst Newcastle teams I've ever seen.
Right.
Like, it was really, really bad. So he provided massive light at a very dark time because he would, you know, he would jink and he would jive.
Yeah,
He would pull out some ridiculous skill out of nowhere. You know, 2-0 down at home to Southampton, and he'd just fucking So, you know, we didn't have much to cheer about. So, but I honestly think in a better team, he would be seen by everyone else as a lot better, because he is a baller. But he's one of them where, like, ballers, he's a good example of this whole argument about, like, you know, like the flair's gone from footballers, like the flair's coached out of footballers. Like him in like 2008 AC Milan would probably score about 30 goals and would probably have highlight reels.
The streets won't forget.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas, like, now you can't really be that kind of player. But we had Almiron on the other side, who basically did double the work,
right,
and had none of the flair, so that Sam Max could do none of the work and have all the flair. Yeah.
Wait, did he ever play with Ben Arthur, or was that?
Nah, he was too late for Ben Arthur. I mean, I'm trying to think whether they might have played somewhere else together, but no, I don't think they. No, I don't think.
So how come he never gets thrown in the streets? Won't forget, comes it because he never.
I think it's too recent.
Yeah,
I think it's too recent. Like, you know, you're seeing things about, like, you know, Morten Gamst Pedersen and like people like that. I think in 10 years' time, he'll be because he, like, again, his highlight reel is ridiculous, because he, I mean, even at the very end, even though he wasn't playing, like, I remember I think his last goal was that volley against Wolves. Like, it just came out, it came from the fucking sky, and he just like opened his body and volleyed it from outside the box in the bottom corner. He
scored a screamer against us as well, I'd say, James.
Yeah, that's the thing. He like, almost every goal he scored was at least like, he'd either dribbled past 3 people, or he'd like absolutely thumped it, or he'd done something ridiculous before it. So, like, his highlight reel is great. But yeah, I think in a better team, I think he would have been much better. But it was just, you know, he had some of the worst players in the Premier League behind him, like, trying to pass the ball to him.
Joe Linton up front.
Yeah, and sometimes he would play on his own up front, which
that's work, is it?
Anyway, we're still on football.
Yeah,
this is what we did last time.
Well,
we kept saying we'll stop talking about football in a minute, and then just continue.
Well, I've got 2 more woke football things.
Go on, gives you woke.
This can't really be helped, I suppose, but a player getting injured when they score a goal.
Yeah.
So score a goal, the fans go crazy,
and they're just
like, aye, like that. The one that really springs to mind is when Rooney scored against Chelsea, and it was when he did his metatarsal. Yeah. And then he couldn't go to the Euros that year.
Yeah.
But I remember Darren Fletcher running to meet him in front of the fans and jumping, and Rooney moved out the way, so Fletcher like a cock landed and didn't really know what to do, and he's like, yeah, just like in front of the fans. It was a bit bitch, but so that it can't really be helped though if you do get injured. It is what, isn't it? But it's still annoying. And finally, the last one I have is when a fucking screamer goes in. Maybe it goes off the post, and the keeper dives for it, and then immediately gets right back up and goes after the ball. Manuel Neuer does this a lot, and it really annoys us. Yeah, stay on the floor and stay defeated.
Yeah,
know when you've taken.
He doesn't want the poster in it. Like
the
poster, like the like he sacked doing that to Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Like that was everywhere, and he did it again. Or like Mickey van der Ven when he absolutely when Mickey van der Ven's literally on the floor looking like a breakdancer.
Oh right, sure, sure.
Like dancing to it. Like
they
don't want the poster. That's the thing. So if Neuer just gets up straight away, looks holds the ball.
Yeah,
any picture taking that goal, so like he saved it.
Yeah, true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he doesn't get put on a post like that.
It's too selfish. Look, maybe stay down and look like you've just lost the World Cup final.
Yeah, this isn't a woke thing that's like come into football. It's something that's gone out of football. Squads releasing tunes.
Oh wow! Okay,
that needs to come back.
Yeah,
that needs to come back.
But isn't there like players who rap now? Though?
Yeah, there's Depay raps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Vernon Anita raps as well. I'm sure. I don't know whether you can call him a player.
Shit players. Yeah, you know what I mean. But he like.
To be fair, he got good towards the end. Shout out Vernon Anita. Anyway,
Vernon Anita. Did he play for yous?
Yeah, he did. He started off as a centre midfielder. He was the only player when we qualified for the Europa League under Ashley, under Pardew. He was the only player we signed that summer. And he was about 4'3".
Yeah, I do remember that.
And he'd done well in Holland, but like...
Vernon Anita.
Yeah. But then he turned into a pretty decent right back. So...
Sure, of course he did.
Yeah.
So him and... I'm sure there's someone else who did...
Asamoah Gyan as well. He raps, I'm sure. There's a few. There's a few we're missing, I'm sure.
Probably.
There's that guy, British guy, who no one knows who he is. He drill guy, but everyone says he's a professional footballer, but he wears a mask, so nobody knows who he is.
He plays for...
Rumours is it's Shea Ojo.
Who's he play for?
He used to play for Liverpool. Now I think he plays in the arse end of fucking Bulgaria. But yeah, I think squads should be releasing songs. And I don't see why they don't, because actually I actually had a theory about this. So I think football teams, will do whatever makes money, right? So in the 90s when music, you could sell 1 million records by farting. Yeah. I think football clubs were like, right, we're gonna release music. And now you see they do loads of social media content. Yeah, crypto, NFTs. I've seen clubs do NFTs, but they'll do YouTuber content stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas, back in the day.
When they have a podcast.
Yeah, do they? What, with the players?
Ex-players and stuff.
Oh, ex-players. That's okay, I guess.
Alex Ferguson was in? Did a 2-parter.
I bet you could understand everything he said.
Well, I always get when I see another one's dropped, I'm always excited to listen to it. But it's always
how great were we?
Same story.
Yeah, we were great team. We had a great team. We had
pretty much.
That's the thing. That's why you got to watch Under the Cosh, because that's just footballers from League Two,
right?
Being we were fucking smashed, and we turned up to play a Tranmere, got fucking hammered 5-0, and we went out on the lash afterwards, and I was like, that's the stories.
That's the real stories, yeah.
It's like the Dwight Gale one recently. Have you seen that? Oh, I posted it in the group chat the other day. Basically saying Steve Bruce said to him, so they had Man City coming up, and Dwight Gale and Matt Ritchie were asking for weeks for for some sort of new tactics or something. And then they were 2 or 3-0 down at half time. And Gale says that him and Ritchie were asked again for some tactical anything.
Yeah.
And Steve Bruce was I've told you, man, I don't do tactics. Just get out there and run and work for the badge and stuff like that. And then Dwight Gale was yeah, but this is Man City, mate. I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's going to be good enough. And then Bruce has responded to it in a pre-match presser.
That's what that is. Okay.
And he's is that the legendary Dwight Gale? Is it the one who missed the chance in the FA Cup quarter-final against Man City? I was fuck hell, mate. The guy is so bitter.
Yeah,
he's 70 years old, man. Let it go. Who cares? I get you don't being disrespected and stuff, but he pulled out the whole 1,050 games in management. I must know what I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
I'm yeah, mate.
Who though?
Yeah, and also 80% of those were in 2008, where you could get away with just fucking running around.
Yeah.
What's his win rate since 2010? That's what I want to know.
Where's he at now?
Blackpool.
I've seen Mark Hughes is managing Carlisle.
Yeah, I did see that. Well, Carlisle are fucked. I've been keeping a little bit of tab on them because they're a northern team, and any team that's covered on Look North, I've got a soft spot for. And Carlisle, they've been bottom of the league pretty much all season. Mike Williamson was there for a little bit.
How are they pulling these?
Mate, they signed like 13 players in January. Paul Dummett's there. Paul Dummett was playing for us last season. He went to Wigan, I think, in the summer, and then they signed him in January.
Are they owned by someone? Like,
I don't know, but like it can't be working. But yeah, Mike Williamson signed all these players, and then about like 3 days after the transfer window shut, they sacked him.
Oh, he's the manager?
Mike Williamson was, yeah.
So where's Mike Williamson now?
I don't know, but Rob Elliott just got sacked by Crawley Town. I'll tell you that for one.
You really do fucking keep tabs on these guys. Was Mark Williams at Gateshead?
Yes, he was, and he did really well with them. Got them in the playoffs, but then they couldn't participate in the playoffs because something to do with their stadium. They were banned from playing in the playoffs. So they could have gone up last year, but they didn't. So he got them there, and then Carlisle hired him because they were already bottom of the league, I think.
Right.
And then nothing got better.
Mark Hughes.
And now Mark Hughes is there.
I mean,
Man United legend.
And he was all right at Man City when they first got,
Yeah.
Why is he at Carlisle though? Like,
to be fair, when was his last job? I can't even remember. Like,
Stoke? Was it Stoke?
Was that his last job?
No, was he not Wales manager for a bit?
I don't know. I feel like everyone Welsh is Wales manager for a little bit.
True, Bellamy's doing it, right?
Yeah, no, it's just any famous Welshman in football just becomes the manager. Just by
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Thingy from Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, Nessa.
Rob Brydon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he managed them.
Yeah, he was
good win rate. Better win rate than Steve Bruce in the last 15 years.
Yeah, there's always those like journeyman managers, isn't there? Like Mick McCarthy.
Yeah.
Steve Bruce.
Who's the Cornish guy? Ian Holloway.
Yeah, Pulis.
Ian Holloway's the man.
Yeah, he only did Blackpool though, right?
Nah, in the Prem, yeah. QPR as well, maybe.
QPR, yeah, they're another one. I mean, Harry Redknapp's like the king of those things.
Yeah, true. Terrific.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's literally half an hour on football.
Yeah, I know, Soz. I know. It is what it is, isn't it?
It is a football podcast, man. That's what we just need to admit it.
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you for everyone who watched the first the pilot episode. Obviously we were we're just messing around here, so we appreciate every view. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe. This sounds like I'm ending the episode. I'm not. I'm just trying to get us off.
Put a break in.
Why? What you got to do?
No.
Just put a break in.
I've just heard that's good.
Dramatic effect.
I've just heard that's like good for podcasts.
Well, do an ad read because that's what they normally do in the breaks. Isn't it?
That's what I do in town. I make up an advert. So
yeah.
Do you want to do a fake ad read?
Yeah, I can do.
Do you want to do one? Then I'll do one.
Yeah, I can do. I'll
go.
Shout out today's sponsor. This rubber M decorated like a cake.
Yeah.
If you are anxious at work, then you need this M decorated like a cake rubber letter. That's what you need. If you go online at rubberm.com, use the code DLB 20 to get 20% off your first order, and you'll never be without an M again. There you go.
Shout out to today's sponsor, this cake letter W. If you're anxious and any need for a cake W, like if you want to do like a Wu-Tang Clan sort of thing where you just collect all the letters, then you can. If you go to spongykake, what Max said, .co.org/UK, you can get 20% off by entering the code DLB. All right, okay. The joke was over.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. The word for our sponsors.
Yeah.
But so, all right. Well,
so Thomas Tuchel.
Oh well,
I'm joking. There's no point.
We'll have to admit to ourselves, Max, that this is going to be a large portion of this podcast is going to be based around football.
It's true.
And I think the only reason I didn't want dedicated completely to football is that there's loads of football podcasts already out there.
That's true.
But football is a big part of who I am, so I could not talk about it.
Yeah.
I also have another podcast where I specifically don't talk about football.
Yeah, so this is your football outlet.
Yeah, I have to have it somewhere.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
And a momentous thing happened. So that's a good 10 minutes that we wouldn't normally spend. I mean, that we will spend every year for the next, however many years, however long we build this dynasty, there will be episodes where I do spend 10 minutes talking about how we won the cup. There'll be less opportunities for you to do that, obviously.
Incorrect. Won the FA Cup last season. We're the current holders of the FA Cup.
Yeah. In 1969 when we won the Intercity Fairs Cup.
No, but yeah.
I don't think anybody thought that would be our last trophy for 50 odd years.
It won't be United's last trophy for 70 years.
That's what they said. That's what they said about us. Won 3 FA Cups in 5 years and then nothing for 70.
Ruben Amorim's. See, this guy's pissed off with
you. Yeah, well, we are in Sunderland, so
yeah, that's true.
That's why I didn't come down and meet you because I already put this on specifically. And I was like, yeah.
So this is another thing that I did kind of do. I'm just taking all my podcast knowledge from my other podcast. And this is going to be difficult to do just off the dome. So we're rappers as well. We make music.
What?
Would you call yourself a rapper or would you call yourself a musician?
Oh, I mean, I probably am a rapper in it. Like, as much as I'd love to say that I'm a musician.
You play a bit of the old...
I do. I play a little bit, and I like to say songwriter.
Okay.
But then I feel that that's like pretentious as fuck. I feel like if you... Like, the vast majority of my stuff that's out is rap. Like, there's no getting away from the fact that, like, I am a rapper. I do rap.
Sure.
And I know that most of the stuff I've got in the chamber, well, a lot of the stuff I've got in the chamber is not rap. Like, at this point, I think I still am a rapper. But I always say, like, rapper, producer, and songwriter.
There you go. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right.
That covers a lot. Like, producer, like, I've produced stuff that isn't rap. Like, and that stuff's out. So
have you wrote songs that aren't rap?
Yeah, man. I've got bare
codes.
Songs. Yeah.
Bare barcodes.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I like to point out, or a big, if somebody comes to me and then they know I'm a rapper, and then they say, "Oh, my favorite rapper is X, Y, Z," I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool," and I judge them hardcore. Like, you see, don't judge a book by its cover, but we're all friends here, so I judge book by its covers. I have a little catalogue of rhyme crimes. So if I hear a rapper say one of these rhymes, I'm like, don't disregard them, but I'm like, okay, I know where they stand in rankings. You know what I mean? So, like, whenever I hear it, and this is often a topic in rap music, whenever a rapper ends a line with the word money, I'm like, well, the rhyme's going to be funny, or like bunny or honey. It's going to, you know what I mean? It's going to be, and then
very
I'm always
restricted.
Because also there's lots of different words for money. So if you're going to talk about money, you can put cash, cheddar,
wanga,
you can put anything in there.
Dollar,
yeah, exactly.
Sweet bread.
Yes, the sweet bread of home. Also, a big one, girl.
World.
There we go. Thank you very much. We no longer have to go to college and get knowledge.
Oh,
KRS-One.
College and knowledge is the worst one. Because they're vaguely related as well. Like, that's the thing, because that's why rhymes, that's where good rhymes come from, right? Where like the two things are actually related, but you manage to put them together. But literally, like, someone clocked that one in like 1979, and then for 40 years, everyone's been college and knowledge, especially
all like the KRS-One.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, just don't do it.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line on, like, this has been done before, but it's still pretty? Because realistically, most rhymes have been done before.
Yeah, and like obviously, it's like, see, this is the thing, because like Eminem, right, will rhyme fireplace with fucking guitar, right?
Sure,
and like, but that's gotten to the point where like that's really annoying because he has to bend it so far. But I think a lot of what all he's trying to do is try and say shit that no one said before.
Yeah, right.
And if you're rhyming stuff that literally doesn't rhyme, you're guaranteed that no one's rhymed it before. So I think that's kind of what he's doing. So there's
too far the other way.
It's hard to say because like obviously there's only a certain amount of words in the world. You know what I mean?
True. And
it's a question of like because the thing is, almost everything. I reckon that most of the things that I say have probably been said before at some point, whether I've heard it or not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's so many songs, there's so many struggling rappers out there. Like, there's so many songs, and surely somebody has rhymed these two words together before because they rhyme. You know what I mean?
Probably.
And I think it's more. I think more and more now. I believe it's like what you say in between. You know?
Oh,
what I mean?
really?
Yeah, I don't think it like because obviously like I reckon someone could still hit me with a good money, funny, honey scheme,
Right.
possibly, depending on what they were saying in the middle of it. Like with College and Knowledge, it's a little because it's so obvious. You see it coming from about you hear it coming from the song before. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's certain ones that are like that, but you know. But then I've literally noticed the thing as well when I've listened to songs recently. The amount of like pop songs or rock songs or rap songs that rhyme like night with right, like in the chorus, or light.
Okay.
Like it's because it's like you can hold the I really like, so it's like there's loads and loads of songs that do it, but because it's in a slightly different melody or because the concept's slightly different, like you kind of don't realize it. But I noticed it like on I think I was playing like two songs one after the other, and I noticed both of them did it, and then I've started noticing it loads in like just like listening to the radio or stuff. Like, yeah, it's
kind of like a College of Knowledge where the two things go together, like night, bright, light.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
On the run from a loaded gun. That's another one. I'm like,
what about? Yeah, because there's other. What about you know, On the Quick from the Blick or something? That's the original way to say it. I do actually have something that I screenshotted on my phone, which is now recording, so I can't do it, but I've Googled it anyway. So I saw something on TikTok, which was the rappers with the most Grammy awards.
Okay.
Do you want to take a stab at it? I've got the top 10 here.
Top 10?
Yeah, you don't have to do the top 10. You can just do the top 5 if you like.
Okay.
I will preface this by saying, right, there's a couple of things here. So I would say that two of these, they both rap, right?
Oh, okay.
They both rap and have rapped.
Okay.
Whether you would say such and such the rapper is a different matter.
Chance.
No.
Okay, so I mean,
I've got the top 10 here.
Kanye's got to be in there.
He's second with 24.
Kendrick
is third with 22.
Jay-Z
is first with 25.
Okay, right.
So that's the top 3 right off the bat.
25.
It's the bottom 5 is where it gets really interesting.
Okay,
and I'll tell you what, if you say a particular artist, I'll give you 2 because
my goodness,
that's a bit of a clue as well.
Okay, all right, okay. Eminem
is 4th with 15. So you've got the top 4.
Top 4 so far. I got Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna try and throw a random one at Outkast.
So Outkast on 9.
Okay. As Outkast or as
Outkast, Andre 3000 is 7 with 8. I'm not quite sure how that works. I don't know whether
it must be in a feature or something.
Yeah. Andre 3000 got 8. Outkast have 6 according to this. But I don't know whether that means Andre 3000 has 6 plus 2 solo or not.
Oh, he must do. You can't have 6 like by himself. 8 by himself.
I don't know. He won one for that Flute album, I think.
Did he? Oh, well, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah,
flutes, motherfucking flutes. So I'll give you both of them.
Okay,
I'll find out who 11 is, so we can.
Right. Okay. Discount. Okay. Who is 5th? Let's have a think.
So 5th is probably the most non-rapper one on the list.
Is it? I'm gonna have to ask for a clue. Is it a female?
No, but there is a female on the list.
Is it Nicki Minaj?
No, it's not.
Shit, is it Lauryn Hill?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
She's 6th with 8.
Who's 5th, man? The most non-rappy rapper. Is it like Akon?
No, not a bad guess.
Akon kind of rhymes with Nate Dogg. Your dad sells Avon.
I got knowledge. I'm about to drop out of college.
Is it KRS-One?
No.
KRS-One.
No. They didn't give Grammys out to rappers in
Yeah,
the
true.
fucking 80s.
Yeah. Was it not Nas? No.
No, Nas is not even on the list.
No, I don't think you would be. Can I have a clue, please?
So he rose to prominence as a producer.
Oh, was it Dre?
Dre is there.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's not. He's not 5th. Dre is 8 with 7.
It's not.
Grammys.
It's not the guy, is it? Who's in trouble at the minute?
Who's that?
Is it Sean Combs?
Oh no, it's not. It's
Okay.
not P Diddy. Actually, I'm actually surprised. I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten he made music.
Yeah.
He was just a pedophile.
The P and P Diddy
Yeah.
stands for yeah.
Yeah, no, but you're kind of along the right lines. Although I think he definitely wrote a lot of stuff, whereas P Diddy famously
Right.
didn't write anything.
Timbaland?
No, but warmer still.
Swizz Beatz?
No, colder.
Oh shit.
Think of Timbaland. Think of the era. Think of who's constantly sort of it's Timbaland or
Oh, Pharrell.
Pharrell Williams.
Oh,
of
right,
13 Grammys.
That's
and 5.
yeah.
So
right,
you've
I can
only
see
got the
that.
last.
Hey, I'll still stand by the fact that Pharrell's verse on "Drop It Like It's Hot" is better than.
That's why I said he is a rapper. 'Cause,
Yeah.
He's got some bars, mate. The
Chill
tune
it.
fucking with Gwen Stefani.
Yeah,
Have
man.
it like that.
Yeah,
You
you
got
like it
it
like that.
He
Yeah.
drops bars on that, man.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
So you've got one left, who's number 10, who is more recent than most of the people on this list.
Like Post Malone.
No, but I don't know if they count him as a rapper because I feel like he's definitely
He
won.
must be up there.
He's
mustn't
definitely
he?
won some.
More recent. I don't know any recent rappers. Trippie Redd.
No, not that recent. Like he's of Kendrick's era.
J. Cole? No.
No.
Drake.
Yes.
Okay.
Drake. So top 10: Jay-Z, Kanye, Kendrick, Pharrell, Lauryn Hill, Andre 3000, Dr. Dre, Outkast, Drake.
Outkast crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they did. I think every album, like when they dropped an album, it always got the Grammy for best rap album. I think I think best rap album only started in like 96 or something. So I think they kind of hit because obviously all their albums were very like eclectic. And
Yeah.
quite Grammy coded.
Yeah.
So I think they just hit it at the right time. But they are also class. So
Sure.
yeah, that was my little game.
Nice. Good game.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
trivia. Good.
maybe not this time because we've just played that game. But
Okay. It was a fun game. As well.
I pick a year, or you can pick the year and the category,
Okay.
and I tell you the nominees, and you tell me who won.
Grammys.
Out of those artists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. We'll do that next time.
Yeah, we'll do that next time. The Grammy game.
Yeah, the Grammy game. Oh, that's fun. What you should do with these for an hour.
I mean, we can wrap it. Football and then one quiz about the Grammys. No, I mean, to be honest, like I have like the world has been passing me by recently. I don't really know what the fuck's going on with anything.
You're just floating on cloud Carabao.
Literally in a cloud of vaporized Carabao. Mate, they were advertising Carabao beer. I know. What the hell does that taste like?
What's it called when they mix Guinness and Monster together?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is that called?
Gunster. Gunster. I don't know, whatever the fuck. I've never even seen Carabao sold in shops. I don't think
you're not the first person to say this.
Yeah.
To me. Like I have seen it in like corner shops and stuff, but like it's not a very It's not very fucking. What's the word I'm looking for?
Popular.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but now they do beer as well. So shout out to them. Shout out to our overlords.
Like, back to football again. But
Doesn't matter. Fuck it. Yeah.
Cares, so
We got about 10 minutes to go, so we can come back to football.
What do you think now? Then, what do you think? Do you think is really going to kick on and like really challenge for like FA Cup next season? Or
I think it's going to do one of two things. I think so for the rest of this season. I think that's the litmus test. I think if we kind of go right, job's done for the season,
right,
and and we end up finishing 9th or something. I think that's quite a big warning sign that the mentality isn't what we thought it was. If we start fucking, because this thing, if we play like that, we'll beat fucking everybody. If we play like that in every game, we will win the league next year.
Right.
If we play like that in every game.
Well, that's not going to happen, is it?
I know, exactly. So, but how close can we get? How consistently can we get? Because that's been the massive thing with us for the last 2 seasons. First season, Eddie came in, and first full season he had, unbelievable, amazing, finished 4th, really good. And then we really struggled last season, to get any kind of momentum. We'd win a couple, look class, and then we'd go and lose to someone shit and look like we'd never played football before in our lives. We did have loads of injuries. We've had less injuries this season, still a lot, but less. But the consistency still hasn't been there really. Before this season started, I literally said, I think we should be trying to keep up with, well, at the time it was City and Arsenal. We should try and be as close to them as we possibly can, as deep into the season as we possibly can. And meaning that we should be not winning the league, but at least looking like we could mount a challenge. Like Forest are this season.
Sure.
They've never been too far off. I mean, obviously maybe now Liverpool have kind of pulled away, but Forest have been hanging in there. That's the kind of season I expected us to have, just because we had no Europe.
This season? Yeah,
because we had no European football. We managed to keep most of our players. We did some good business in the summer, although actually that's not kind of true. The summer kind of ruined it for us. But we should have been, up there. Because again, just based off how well we can play, and based off, when we finished 4th, we played very, very well for a long period of time. If we could put any kind of, and it's proven, because this season, most of the teams up that side of the table have struggled to be consistent. The most consistent ones have been Forest, really, and they've kept. I mean, other than Liverpool, obviously, because they're fucking winning it. But even Arsenal, their bad performances have been terrible.
Yeah,
and they've gone on long stretches where they've looked like they're not getting anywhere close to it. Whereas Forest have kind of, even their bad performances, they've played all right in, or they've been unlucky in certain cases. And they're 3rd because they've been consistent. If we kept any level of consistency, we'd be up there as well. But I'm happy we'll win a cup, so fuck it. I think, back to your question, because that didn't answer
what I asked.
Will we kick on? I think, we should be aiming to go deep in every tournament we're in from this point, I think.
It's a really diplomatic answer.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not going to say we're going to win. I literally said earlier we're going to win the lot.
Yes, you did.
Which we will next season. But yeah, I don't know. What's happening over Man U way? I don't even know who's been playing recently.
I'll put it this way: I've enjoyed the international break.
Yeah. No Man U player in the entire England squad, by the way.
Oh, you know what it is? You said this, and I was thinking about it, but Maguire would be in, but he's injured. Shaw would be in, but he's injured. Manu would be in, but he's injured.
If my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle.
But they're all injured, though. They're not dropped. Mount would be in. Toby Tuchel.
Mason Mount.
Toby Tuchel loves him.
Is he injured? I just thought he was.
He's always been injured all fucking season. Fucking waste of money.
I just thought he was terrible. No.
Aiden Heaven, he'll be in soon. I'm telling you, when he's not fucking injured.
I've seen the fucking chants you got from him with the "Baby, you're all that I want."
To be determined if they're going to actually sing.
Yeah, because has he even played? Who the fuck is he?
Man,
I've only seen TikTok slides about him.
I was at Old Trafford for his debut when he came in against Fulham in the FA Cup. He's good. Looks good.
That game you won.
The game I lost.
Yeah. See, shit. Even heaven can't save you now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, there's going to be so many fucking puns on that.
The first time he scores an own goal or fucking passes it to fucking Nunes or something.
I'm going to check this is still recording just because I'm sure.
I'll kill myself.
Yeah, I will. I will also kill myself.
So that's nice.
Yeah, no, we're fucking golden.
Okay.
Oh, he's coming around the other side. Oh, he's bamboozled them. He's bamboozled them. 54 minutes we're at.
There we go. Yeah, United, I don't know, man. We're on a good run before the international break, but then coming up, we've got Forest,
loss,
City,
loss,
you guys,
loss,
Lyon in the Europa League,
loss. They're sixth, mate. They're flying.
So I don't know. I just kind of want the season to end, to be honest.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, at least you can't get relegated, innit? That is literally the silver lining.
I agree with you, actually, because at one point I was like, fucking all right, man.
Again, it's a similar thing with like if anybody at the top had any level of consistency, they'd be doing really well. Like if the teams at the bottom weren't so fucking shit, everyone would be in trouble. Yeah,
I think the gap between clubs that yo-yo between the Premiership and the Championship, that gap's becoming more and more.
Yeah,
it tends to be the teams that get promoted or then get relegated straight away. So,
well, I mean, it's like I heard someone say the other day that like Sunderland were really well positioned, like if they came up because they've got like a really young squad. And then I watch Sunderland and I'm just like,
imagine these against even like Villa, or Fulham,
battered,
Brentford,
mate, Dan Ballard, like some Sunderland fans, because some of them don't, but some Sunderland fans proper rate Dan Ballard. And whenever I watch him, I'm like, this guy is horrific. Like, he's a fucking meat and potatoes centre back.
Right.
But he's like, yeah, mate, it's just like he's going to get eaten alive in the Prem by any kind of winger with pace or any kind of striker with anything about them.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, there aren't that many of those in the Prem, of strikers with something about them. But, like, yeah, Dan Ballard will get eaten for breakfast. And like you got players like, Job and Chris Rigg, and they're good players, good technical players. But again, like I watched them against, I think it was Norwich on Boxing Day, and like Norwich weren't even, I don't think Norwich are even in the like reckoning this year, but they got eaten in midfield, like because they're just little boys, like they're just young men, and they're just getting like, and I just think if they did come up, although that Lefay looks good.
Yeah, he does look good.
But they only get to keep him if they get promoted, apparently.
Oh, really? Is he on loan, is he?
Yeah, I think he's from Roma or something. And I think he's going to cost 20 million if they go up.
Well, that's all their prize money, isn't it?
Well,
they're in the playoffs at the minute, though.
Yeah, they're going to get playoffs because there's like there's a massive gap between them and automatics, and there's a massive gap between them and like the team below them. So they're going to get playoffs, and they might even come up, but they're in a bit of a dodgy patch at the minute, but who gives a fuck?
They're not going to be winning the Carabao anytime soon. I'll tell you that for them.
Tell you that. Not for another year at least. We've got that fucking wrapped around our fucking.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll call it there.
Sure.
Spring is springing, guys. Get outside. It was a nice day today for like the first time in ages.
It'll be shorter.
Yeah, man. We out here. But yeah, man, take care of yourselves. Watch, like, subscribe. I didn't say any of that last time at the end.
People know what to do, man.
Do you? Do you fucking dum-dums? Do you fucking know what to do?
Two things, actually. If you've made it this far, well, three things. If you've made it this far, what you do with your life, you've obviously got...
Get a job.
Yeah, you need to sort your priorities out. Do you want this... Is this okay on YouTube, or do you want it on, like, podcast apps?
Yeah.
And if you have any questions at all, if you want any life advice, if you have any questions about anything ever in the world ever.
Yeah. We've got an email address.
Yeah, email them, comment, DM on Instagram. I don't know what the email address is.
Is it
divlaughbruv@gmail.com?
Or is it divlaughbruvpod@gmail.com?
I think it's just divlaughbruv@gmail.com.
Yeah, surely no one had divlaughbruv, did they?
No, I don't think so, because it's the
they did on Instagram.
Dumbest name of all. No, they didn't. It's divlaughbruv.
Oh, right, okay. Well, just double check that. divlaughbruv@gmail.com, probably. If you've got any ideas on how we can level up our setup next time, we got this. We didn't put anything on this time because you can't see it anyway. But I feel like with that, you might be able to see it because it's big. Whereas if I just put up tiny pictures of Hasbulla, no one's going to see it. We've got a light now. Jack's holding his mic this time.
Yeah,
was that an improvement? Was it worse? You let us know. We'll do anything you tell us.
Yes, we'll do anything.
We'll do fucking anything.
Any topics you want me to talk about that aren't football related?
Yeah. Any advice you have for us?
Yeah, of course, that as well.
And any advice we can give you?
Just out. Just please don't know it.
just please.
Please. I feel like I'm just doing like a fucking.
We've been sat here since the last one.
Last episode, trying to think of topics
in silence.
I feel like I'm trying to bother with terrorists. Please, please just bring her home.
There is someone behind the camera with a gun, holding us against our will.
No, thanks for listening. Appreciate you.
Sound man. In a bit.